What's going on, everybody? This is your trainer, George Cruz, trainer out in the real world with a batch cooking meal prep hack. Recently put up a blog post about the fastest way to meal prep with a little bit of time. Decided to show a recipe that I included in the blog post. Link will be to it in the description as well as the first pinned comment for a high protein coleslaw recipe with an extra oatmeal recipe at the end. This entire video was 37 minutes and I condensed it down to 5 minutes and 48 seconds because of how long it took to actually do the whole thing. So here I started with the equivalent of about 2 cups of chopped chicken. I actually weighed it out to just over 400 grams of chicken. I did it more meticulously because I need to worry about eating enough because my job is physical, but I'll show you how to do it more calorically restricting near the end. So I start with the chicken, and then I added some potatoes because I was eating dangerously low amounts of carbs for the physical work that I do. Here I added some Celtic salt on top, Celtic specifically because it's very hydrating, very good mineral profile. So from here, I'm gonna go over and just get some stuff I need out of the fridge. I'm gonna end up adding the shredded cabbage, well, some Greek yogurt and some mayo. The salt is gonna help break the cabbage down. Here's some filler content for you. I use the light mayo specifically because mayo is very calorically dense. It's very oil-laden and fat calories can actually add up very quickly. Now this right here, I'm gonna have a screenshot because this was about a week ago that I recorded this. So I'll have the measurements at the end, but it's equivalent to about 1.5 to 2 cups of cabbage. Here I have some full-fat Greek yogurt. You wanna lower the calories, use the fat-free, but I was using the full fat because I wasn't eating enough. The Greek yogurt itself is a replacement for sour cream. Also add some probiotic bacteria, which loves the cabbage and it's good for the gut. So this is the digestible recipe. Here I have the light mayo going in. I actually have a 1/2 cup of the Greek yogurt and the light mayo. Now this part right here is where in the blog post I talk about making a base recipe that's very customizable so you can make it over and over and have it always taste different. I use the base recipe in the bowl and then I'll change out the spices and sauces that I put on top of it. That's basically where the hack comes in. Here I decided to put some smoked paprika. I think it was smoked. I think smoked is better, but if not, who cares? Then I have a no salt seasoning blend. No salt specifically because by salting it separately, I can season the hell out of it without it becoming inedible from being too salty. Because once you add too much, you can't take it out. Now this is another one, I wanna say the secret sauce, but I don't just alternate the spices, I actually alternate the sauces I put on it. My favorite is Frank's Red Hot. It's just absolutely tasty. I have yet to try any seasonings or spices that it conflicts with. It tastes really good. It adds a lot of flavor, a little more sodium, and it also, I really just like pungent flavor. I like getting, punched in the mouth with seasoning. The flavors I like are intense. So then I take this entire mixture of cabbage, chicken, Greek yogurt, spices. Then I have this sprouted seed mix that I just put in there. It was real quick, but there was a lot of boring filler I had to cut out. The seeds were sprouted and I got them for cheap at a local grocery store. Depending on where you are, you can find some discount grocery stores where stuff is sold secondhand. Quick clip of me grabbing some protein bars just to have as in between meal snacks. Here I have a 1 cup of oatmeal that I used as overnight oats and I had to split it in half because it was just way too much. Here we have the insert from my lunch bag. Now I'm going really fast here so you guys can see that this doesn't take a long time. I mean, there's a lot of jump cuts, but it really was only 37.5 minutes from start to finish. So here what I take, those carb balanced tortillas, I use the whole wheat ones because I prefer the flavor. They also seem to be a little more elastic than the white ones. I'll start putting my mix in there, the seeds, the cabbage, the sauces, the yogurt. I'll wrap them up and then I'll put them in the fridge for the next day. So from then on, of course, I had to go back. I was gonna make 4, but it turned into 6. Now, bear in mind, guys, I work a very physically laborious job. I'm actually trying to eat as much as I possibly can because it's easy to dangerously undereat when you're working a physical job, especially if you're trying to get in shape. I found myself like almost collapsing when I was offloading at a Wingstop. So it actually got really intense because I realized I was eating too little and my carbs were like under 100. So this recipe, I'm intentionally eating as much as possible. So here I take my 2, these are sprouted oatmeal. It's the 1 Degree brand sprouted oatmeal. You can get it on Amazon. Most Costco's also sell it. But here I'm putting a 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt in each one. Don't worry, I'm not gonna put mayo in these. Then I'm gonna put some raw unfiltered honey. Raw unfiltered honey actually has a lot of good enzymes in it. Then before anyone says, hold up that sugar, keep in mind oatmeal is very high in fiber, and fiber blunts the insulinogenic load. Then I'm gonna be putting some frozen fruit in there. This is, once again, all for the next day. I'm gonna take this all with me because I love the flavor it gives once it marinates overnight. There's something about oatmeal, honey, yogurt, and fruit that just works well together. So you can see the scale I'm using. It's the Amazon Basics brand, in case you're wondering. Now here is a total calorie. You could say it's the macro breakdown. Total energy, protein, carbs, fats for the day. And then of course I got it packed and ready to go for the next day. This all took 37 minutes. No excuses. You can meal prep and stay healthy, even if you have very little time. All right, lower calorie version as promised. You can see dropped it by almost 500 calories. Actually, it's more than that. All you do is remove the energy dense foods. So for example, I was doing half and half chicken breast and chicken thigh. Use only the boneless, skinless chicken breast. Use non-fat Greek yogurt instead of the full fat. Remove the seeds, remove the mayo, and then remove the potatoes, and then you're golden.